Hi folks, John with the Wingman 115 channel. Thank you so much for checking in. You're probably asking yourself, first off, John, what are you doing filming a self-defense knife video out in the woods? Well, one, look at this location. Can't beat this view. And two, I love being out here. So you should always be prepared, especially with self-defense. So I figured, what the heck? There's no better place to talk about this. So a while back, I was at SHOT Show and I had a chance to interview Ryan Hoover from Fit to Fight. Now, Ryan Hoover is the designer of the FirstEdge HR-1. Now, this is a self-defense knife. Now, you're probably wondering, hey, how I'm gonna film this video. One, I don't profess or proclaim to be any self-defense knife fighting guru. I'm just not. But I love to surround myself with people that have the knowledge. So Ryan designed this blade, FirstEdge makes it. I've reviewed a few FirstEdge knives in the past. I'll leave links in the video description below. Awesome company, they make awesome blades. So without further ado, let's cut away. I'll give you a quick up close specs rundown, and then I'm gonna run the interview that I did with Ryan. And it's important in this video because I wanna get the perspective of somebody who knows what they're talking about. Let's get the show started. It starts now, folks. Ryan, you have a new design out this year with FirstEdge.
Yep.
Can we talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So I do a lot of work with military and law enforcement, but you know, my day-to-day is regular folks in self-defense.
Right.
And I met these guys at SHOT last year and just got to talking and, you know, told them what I thought based on, you know, needs of the people that I work with. And we had a good conversation, and you know, we're almost a year later, and now we're debuting this new knife.
Now, I saw the prototype a couple weeks ago. I went to the FirstEdge factory headquarters, and I immediately got like knife lust over this because everybody's looking for some sort of EDC that they can carry. Not everybody wants to carry a folder. You know, not everybody's a folder fanboy. So, yes. And it doesn't work for them.
Yes.
So, without further ado, let's show this bad boy and see what the folks are looking at.
So, this is it. This is the HR-1. It is very low profile, slim design, meant to be carried inside the waistband, though it also has a neck carry option. It was designed from the standpoint of a fighter's perspective.
Right.
Being able to fight with a knife, just kind of as an extension of what I do.
Yeah.
You know? So being able to draw with my left hand or my right hand and have multiple gripping options and be able to punch and slash and stab and all those things, and be able to do it and transition to other weapons platforms if I need to.
Right.
Without having to put the knife down or throw it down or, you know, resheath or anything like that, because I may need to be able to go from empty-handed knife to gun and back to knife. You know,
depending on the situation.
Yeah. Close quarters kind of things, all kinds of stuff happens. Sometimes if I've got my firearm because I needed it in that moment in time,
right.
Situation changes, I may need to be able to go to something else, or maybe somebody grabs my gun and I'm going to use it to help me retain my firearm.
Now, what's your thought process of going with a ring karambit style blade as opposed to just a regular full tang,
yep.
regular handled knife?
Yep, and it's all about those things that I just talked about. Okay. Being able to transition from one platform to another and not have to worry about dropping it or, you know, me fumbling for it or anything like that. And like you said, you know, not everybody wants a folder for self-defense. I mean, to
right.
me, if I want something that's going to save my ass, you know, and I'm on my back and I'm getting my head caved in.
Right.
I don't want to have to do any kind of fine motor movements. I want to be able to grab it and go.
Yeah, you might not have that ability when your head's being turned into you know, Swiss cheese.
I mean, I may be sweating, there may be blood, there may be all kinds of things that are going on that prevent me from being able to access the way that I want to.
Now, with this system, and I do call it a system, you also have a training blade as well, right, as a companion?
Yeah, if we can bring Brad in here.
Come on in, Brad, don't be shy.
So this is an aluminum trainer.
Okay.
Fits the exact same sheath. It's blue anodized, so it's obviously different.
Right.
And we want people to train with it. We actually produced a 45-minute video on how to train with it, and we're just giving that away. We're just letting people have that for free because I think the way that we approach fighting with a knife works even if you don't have this knife. So we saw no reason to hold on to the information, so we just put it out there.
But it's an added value, and you're looking to help. Clearly, you know, I'm following along on your social media.
Yep.
You're clearly looking to help people not be a victim.
That's right.
Is what I get from it as a viewer of the channel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is to stay in the fight, don't be a victim, don't give up.
Yep.
There are options.
We're huge. Training matters, you know, and at the end of the day, the only variable I really control is me and how prepared I am for a violent situation. You know, I can't dictate whether the other guy's big and strong or has friends or he's armed or unarmed or anything like that, but I can dictate my preparedness for the event. And then anytime I can add a force multiplier to that, you know, I enhance my survivability capabilities.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the sheath system on this, because when I went to the headquarters, I noticed that there was a little bit different detail in this sheath as opposed to just every other Kydex sheath that's out there. Can we talk a little bit about maybe the clip and the retention system and the thought process behind that?
Yeah, so when we first started talking about this, the thing that I stressed to FirstEdge more than anything else was, look, if I draw this knife, the sheath has to stay where I put it. You know, and I've seen other systems where it had a similar concept, but it didn't do what it was supposed to do, you know. And if I go to draw this knife and I'm on my back and I'm getting my face caved in and the sheath comes with it, that's a real problem. So that was the big thing when designing the sheath and designing the clip, to make sure that no matter where I put it on my waistband, that sheath doesn't come with the knife.
What I like also is the non-lethal options of the system, where pressure point on the pommel, and even maybe a pressure point up on the sheath.
Well, and you know what? Even if I can't carry a blade somewhere for some reason, I can still carry that. There's no edge on that. So I can use that as a force multiplier in a blunt object situation.
Oh, it would still put the hurt on something.
Absolutely. I mean, it's aluminum. It's hard. It'll hurt. And if you know how to hit, you know. I don't know if you guys want to demonstrate maybe what happens if somebody drew a pistol on somebody, or. I think that the thing that will probably make sense for the guys that are viewing you as maybe just Brad can show transitions from knife to firearm and how that works without having to fumble around and do other things.
Brad, come here. I'll step over here. If you want to talk about that maybe a little bit, just as like a little training aid with.
Yeah. So you know, if I've already gone to gun and I need to go to a blade as backup, I have the quick access with the blade, but I'm also able to actually maintain a firing grip with the blade, have good control. I'm not going to lose control of my blade at the same time. I can draw a light, utilize different methods, working the light. So there's many options with this, and I just like the concept of having the ability to utilize this, but have control of it the entire time. I'm not going to lose this. Once I go for this blade, once I draw it, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, nobody's taking it out of your hand. That's for sure. You know, and if they're getting close, you can do a slash on that strong arm of that person.
Like one of the guys that we spend a lot of time with is a SWAT guy, but he's also tasked with a human trafficking task force, and he was talking about wanting it because when he's clearing a house or moving through a room or whatever, if he has a knife in this hand, the gun in this hand, the guy makes the grab for his gun. It's an easy transition to the knife, and then he can make space. You You can tap rat, you can reload everything with the knife still in your hand.
Yeah. So that's some great information. Now for some final thoughts on the HR-1 Fighting Knife system. And I call it a system because you can purchase the knife just only with the sheath, but I highly suggest that you also get the trainer. It's made out of anodized aluminum, it's blunt, and if you're like me, I would practice with the trainer because you're gonna wind up either hurting yourself or hurting somebody else. And I'm not talking from a person, like I said, that's an expert in any sort of martial arts or knife fighting, just a person that cares about my personal safety. Now, Ryan has put together a system, and I call it a system because between the knife, the sheath, the way it has that integrated belt hook on there that's gonna hook in the fabric of your pants, that way the sheath doesn't come out with the knife. It's just an awesome system. You could wear it as a neck knife dangling around your neck. There's just a lot of different configurations that you could use this. I like the fact that it is a Tonto, so you're gonna be putting the hurt on somebody. So now let's talk about this. Ryan makes it abundantly clear. This is not an EDC. This is a self-defense fighting knife. And with that, you're not gonna be cutting tape or boxes or doing everyday tasks with this blade. This is for law enforcement, for security, for military, for people that feel they need a little bit of added protection and they want a fixed blade. They don't want to have to go to their final option and try to open a folder while somebody's punching in their face. I'm just being honest. So he makes it super simple. He also puts out a video that is a training video at no cost to the user. So you get the knife, you get the system, and on his website, I'll leave a link in the video description below. It is, I want to say, almost an hour of instruction from Ryan himself. And he's been doing this a long time. He does, and he puts it out there for free. He doesn't charge. He could have made a DVD or something that you download. He wants to just put the knowledge out. He wants to equip you to be better prepared to take care of yourself in a situation that may arise. So here's the complete system. I'll leave links to FirstEdge and also to Ryan's website at Fit to Fight. It's an awesome system, folks. And I don't know, you have to value what's your life worth. I mean, if you're a police officer, if you're security and someone's on top of you, you know, you just don't have time to open a folder. This may be the difference, that millisecond. So I invite you to check it out. This is John with the Wingman 115 channel. I thank you so much for watching. And as always, folks, I'll see you on the next video. Take care.